So again, when it comes to what we should expect in our local church, really stems from what Jesus said and what he demonstrated during his earthly ministry. The Apostle John writes in the very first opening verses of his gospel, and starting in verse 17, "For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth were realized through Jesus Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten who is in the bosom of the Father, he has explained him." Well, how did Jesus explain the Father? He both taught and did miraculous signs and wonders. So it makes us think, what are we experiencing and what are we observing in our local church, our local assembly of Christian believers that many call a church? So how did Jesus explain? Well, he moved in healings. He healed multitudes. He raised the dead. He moved in the word of knowledge with the woman at the well of Jacob, the woman of Samaria. He moved in the word of wisdom. He moved in the distinguishings of spirits. He moved in prophecy. He brought forth countless miracles all throughout the Gospels that you can read. The dead were raised, blind eyes were opened, demons were cast out, instant healings, and he moved in the gift of faith. Well, this all sounds vaguely familiar. It comes from Paul's letter to the Corinthians. And in chapter 12, Paul outlines 9 gifts that should be in operation. And so he wrote about that, teaching the Corinthians who were already moving in the gifts, but he wanted to give them more understanding and a better idea as to how to move in these gifts in a church service. So the question is, what are we experiencing in what many call the local church? Is it absolutely devoid of power, or is there a demonstration of the gifts of the Spirit? And then we have to ask ourselves, to what level of the move of the Spirit are we seeing? I would say that most of us have settled for far less than the biblical standard.